Hi, today we're going to take a look at graphing piecewise functions. Piecewise function just means we have multiple equations, multiple lines that we're going to put on one graph, and we're only going to take part of it. So breaking down what this says, f of x, we're going to pretend that says y, and then it says y equals problem 1, problem 2, problem 3. For now, let's ignore everything after this, after these commas, and I'm going to focus on each individual problem. So instead of f of x, I see y, and I see y equals -3. So I want to draw that line. What that means is I need to find the y-axis, I need to find -3 on that y-axis, and I'm going to draw a horizontal line left and right. Okay? Now, let's visit this comma. This says x less than -3. That means our graph exists. It's only available when it's less than -3 on the x-axis. So I got to find the x-axis, left and right. I need to find -3, and I'm going to kind of draw a little wall. My graph only exists when it's less than -3. So everything over here, goodbye. We don't need it. Now, something else happens. At this wall, I need to draw either an open circle or a closed circle to signify where it starts. Because there is no equal sign here, we have that, an open circle. Okay, let's jump down and go to the bottom here. And instead of f of x, it says y equals, and I'm going to go to -4. So I'm going to find the y-axis. I'm going to find -4 on the y-axis, and I'm going to draw a line. Okay. Now I revisit after the comma. These are my constraints. My graph, or x, exists when it's bigger than 3. It exists when it's greater than 3. So I find 3, and I draw a wall. My graph only exists when it's larger than 3. So everything smaller than 3, goodbye. Now at that wall, I got to draw either an open circle or a closed circle to signify how we're getting there, how we're starting. Because we have an equal sign at that wall, we have a closed circle. Okay, now why did I skip that middle one? Because my constraints are a little funny here. It just takes a second. So let's look at the top half. Y equals 2. Okay, find the y-axis, find 2 on it. Let's draw a line. Okay, now we need to use our constraints. I'm going to break this up into 2 parts. An easy to read part, which is x is less than 3, which means I draw a wall at that 3. My graph exists when it's smaller than 3, when it's less than 3. So this exists. So everything over here, goodbye. At that wall, open or close circle to signify its starting point. In this case, no equal sign, so we have an open circle. Let's revisit this part now. I don't like that, so I want to rewrite it. Let's flip the whole thing and say x -3, my alligator opens up and it eats the x. This is something easier to read now. So I have another wall at -3. My graph exists when it's larger than -3. Larger numbers are over here. So everything's smaller, goodbye. At the wall, we have an equal sign, meaning a closed circle. Okay, so now all of these walls we don't need. They were there to help us just kind of navigate and put our graphs down. Now what this says is, if we were reading this graph and we were traveling, and I had a number somewhere in like the -10 spot, I'd be on the blue line until I got to -3.1, which is right before this open circle. I'm on the blue line. The second I hit 3, I'm no longer on blue. I'm on the solid pink line. And then I go to -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. I'm on this pink line. And then I get to 2.9, 2.99999. I'm on the pink line. But then the second I hit 3, boom, I drop down to this orange line. And 3, I'm down here, 4, 5, 6, for our domains, our x values. A piecewise function is just taking 3 lines, putting them up there, and finding our constraints. using these inequalities back here, or our walls essentially. This is graphing a piecewise function.